Interview.
Hey everyone, this is Giancarlo Veronini coming to you from Sega's headquarters in San Francisco, and I'm here with Josh Martin, who is the lead producer at Sega on the Conduit. Can you tell us what we're looking at today?
Today we're holding our multiplayer event, and we're finally giving you guys the opportunity to sit down with everything the Conduit has to offer of multiplayer. 12 players, showing some people that we speak. Full customization of controls within multiplayer as well, 13 different multiplayer modes, and some unique Conduit games that are a first.
So we had a chance to try out just the all-out deathmatch mode, which is a lot of fun. Can you talk about some of the other multiplayer modes that are available?
Yes, we have 3 main types. So we have the typical every man for himself, so that would include deathmatch, and we have multiple games within that. We have Team Reaper, which is essentially a team deathmatch, and those are all games based with teams, but the objective is essentially to kill the other player with different small objectives. And then there's Team Objective, which is another set of matches that are more objective based, such as Capture the Flag, where you're not just working to try to get the other players, but you have some other objective you're trying to achieve beyond just killing the other players. And overall, we have 13 different multiplayer modes.
So let's talk a little bit about what you see when you're launching a multiplayer game. Obviously, there's certain things that people can do. They can vote on different match types, but there's some other stuff involved as well, sort of like a ranking system?
Yes, the game keeps track of experience. So as you play the game, and depending on how well you do in each match, you're going to continue to accrue experience. That experience will accumulate, and as you rank up the different levels of ranking, you have a little icon that continues to change, and so everybody you play against can see where you're at rank-wise, and you can kind of just show off to your friends, hey, I'm top rank, that type of a thing. And that system will last for a while. The ranking system goes quite high, so it'll take quite some time to be number one.
And let's talk a little bit about the maps. We saw a few different maps here. Are these based on levels in the single-player campaign, or are these kind of constructed specifically for multiplayer?
Well, the maps themselves were constructed specifically for multiplayer. Some of them may use themes from within the game. So you may have noticed some stuff in these multiplayer maps that you haven't necessarily seen yet in single player. So you know, we haven't really shown everything that the Conduit has to offer yet in single player. But the maps were made specifically for multiplayer, made for different sizes maps, so that you can have small 6-person team, something that supports the 12-person even more, yeah.
So as with any Wii game, people are always curious how friend codes are going to be handled. Can you tell us a little bit about how friend codes are going to operate on the Conduit?
Yes, well, first off, you don't need friend codes to be able to play multiplayer. You have an option to play regional, play worldwide, or create private matches, which then would use your friend codes. We've done everything that we can do to make that as easy as we can for players, so we do support Wii roster friend codes that you pull from your Wii console that you may have already set up from previous games. You set up a friend code within the game if you like. You then trade that friend code with your friends. But what you can also do is, if I have my friend code and I exchange that with one of my friends, and he already has a friend in his list with the friend code, I can highlight and select that friend, and we can do an exchange of friend codes. So I don't have to go in and type all those numbers in again. So we've done what we can to make that process not as frustrating as possible, so that the end user has an enjoyable experience and can get in and enjoy the game. And once you have that taken care of, you never have to enter a friend code again.
Cool. How much work is left to do on the multiplayer mode? How close are we to seeing, the light at the end of the tunnel?
This is due out this summer, and we're right there. We're really, really close. So I can't give you specific days, but we're close to the finish line.